How was your birthday?
Oh, my birthday? Just dandy. Yeah, it was good. Went over to the Patriots Pro Shop. I went over to the stadium. Went into the Patriots Hall of Fame. Got to see all the trophies, the rings, and all the cool sports memorabilia stuff. And then made my way over to Bass Pro Shops.
Oh, my favorite place to go.
Exactly. Who can hate Bass Pro Shops? It's got clothes. It has fishing. It has snacks.
Our our, our,
Well,
sign- our significant others, because we'll spend way too much money in there.
no, 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 no. So my wife actually enjoys going to Bass Pro Shops because there is stuff that she is interested in there. And my wife actually does like fishing too. But so do my kids. You know, who can hate the big giant fish tank?
Oh yeah. See, I go in. My problem is I go in there and spend way too much money that I don't have on stuff that I really probably don't really need.
Rab's probably still driving right now, right, Rab?
Wrong.
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 Rab, did you do the speed limit?
No.
Set the example and say yes.
Yes.
He always goes the speed limit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I know. Biggie, dress to impress.
Oh man,
I
where's
almost thought I was gonna. I missed it. I'm dealing with a bunch of stuff for work.
Week in and week out, you know who's gonna come dressed to impress.
where is the green screen?
I don't know. Rab's trying to find the camera right now. Uh, so while Rab is trying to figure out the camera and his green screen situation, don't forget to check out our sister chat every Sunday. Talk Barry to me with VSG Bestie. She goes live every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Don't forget your boys are live every Taco Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Our friends over at the waiting table are live every Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. They have their little they have their little NSV talk for a half hour, and then they go live on YouTube and on Instagram from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. They have one of our friends on tomorrow. They have Janae on tomorrow, so don't forget to check that out. That should be a really good live. Don't forget. Oh, of course, both of you guys aren't on camera, so I'll say it. Don't forget to take your vitamins. Very important. If you haven't taken your vitamin, this is your reminder to take it. If you haven't found a vitamin that you've liked yet, or you want to try out something new, don't forget you can go over to procare.com and you can check out everything that they have for your bariatric journey and your bariatric needs. Use code BME and you can get 15% off. And who doesn't like a little bit of money off? I know I do. If you want, you could also do a subscription over there because they have subscriptions. So if you're one of those Bari patients who lets them slip by their mind and is like, oh crap, I don't have any vitamins. You should probably take advantage of the subscription program and you never have to worry about it because it'll be mailed to you on time every single month. And I'm going to take my vitamins. So when do you guys start talking? Because it's rude to talk with your mouth full.
So which flavor did you go with?
Peaches and cream.
Ooh, I'm so mad I didn't get to try that. Disappointed.
Really?
No, because it was in the bag, but my bag got taken, so I didn't get to try one.
Remember that it was me and my wife.
Nice.
You want a bag?
Yeah, I want a bag.
I'll be nice. I'll send you a bag.
Ooh.
That's what brothers do, right?
Exactly. We look out for each other.
I'll hook you up. Believe me, I have a plethora of calcium chews right now.
But if they were chocolates, it'd be a sorry. No.
Yeah, I would just lie through my teeth and say I didn't have them. I still have 2 full bags. I'm gonna hold on to them again.
Hold on, because when do they normally come out?
They come out during the fall.
Oh, okay.
Amber, I did see Quest has 2 new flavors of chips. I was at Target because I had to pick up dog food because no one else seems to have my dog food. So I just happened to walk through the protein aisle.
Which flavors are they?
I looked very quickly. They're different. Shit, why can't I think of it? And I just swore, damn. Why can't I think of them? They're on the end cap too. Damn. This tells you how quickly I passed by. Oh, look at that, Rab standing up again. Rab, we need to get you a desk and a chair, man.
Maybe one day.
You know what? I need to talk to Tara. We need to have a conversation.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable, yeah.
It's very unacceptable. And why are you using your camera to get ready? You can have your own dressing room by now.
Yeah, right.
Does she know who you are?
Who?
You are an award winner.
You are.
Who? What?
You are the ageless inspiration.
Tara, you heard it here. He doesn't know who you are.
What? I definitely know who Tara is.
I'm just getting you in trouble. I'm just starting.
Yeah, you're trying to.
Fabiana, what's happening? Welcome in. How you doing, friend?
Let me see. All right, Bariatric Bubba is here. Hey, so
Josh, what's up, brother?
805. If you guys could tap Tony's trophy and share the live, we would highly love it, greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to this conversation with this gentleman that we're speaking with tonight, Bariatric Bubba. If you don't know who Bariatric Bubba is, hold tight because we got a good one tonight. Looking forward to what's up, bro? Looking forward to having a conversation with Bariatric Bubba coming up here shortly. Again, when you all have a moment, please tap the trophy. Let's get on the FYP. This is going to be a good one tonight, as always, and share the live. And as Tony said earlier, you saw him come in. Who come in?
No, I saw bro. I was telling everyone about the soiree on July 12th and retreat on October 2nd and 5th. I was gonna have bro drop any contact info for Bariatric Society in the comments there.
Yeah. So let's bring Bubba up.
Let's do it.
Let's get to know Bubba. Bariatric Bubba. I told him he stole my name because I'm Bubba too. He did get you. He did. Big time. Officially. Wow.
Fellas,
look at that background. What's up, Bubba, man? How you doing?
Man, we got to step my backup game. My background game.
I know. The background. Look at my background. That's all right.
Man, how y'all fellas doing tonight, man? Good to be here, man. Appreciate it for the invite.
Hey, man. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
On such short notice, too, man. Thanks for coming to hang out with us.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna have you do a quick introduction of yourself. If you guys don't know who Bariatric Bubba is, it's kind of hard because he is pretty much live every single day. He is running a full panel of bariatric people in the community, doing a lot of community support, and I see his posts go across my screen every single day, multiple times. So if you haven't seen him, I'll be really surprised. So, but for the people who haven't met you yet, if you can give a quick introduction of who you are and a little bit of backstory to your journey.
All right. How you doing? I'm Bariatric Bubba. Those who don't know me, my name is Jesse. I had VSG surgery on the February 18th, 2025. So a little over 10 weeks out. Like I said, I live down here in South Georgia. So I don't know a lot of people in the community who are down where I am, but I'm in South Georgia. There's a few of the young ladies on mine who's in my circle. They're down here in the area that I am. I started this journey at 511 pounds. Last year, I've been struggling with high blood pressure and hypothyroidism. and it just got worse. You know, at one point I was a professional patient, so
Mm-hmm.
you know it was bad. So I finally took accountability for my health in September of last year, 2024, and started the bariatric process. Um, it was rough. The process was rough, and but I made it to the other side. I'm down 70 pounds right now.
70 pounds.
I'm down
Heck
70
yeah.
pounds. So, and I'm probably about 5 pounds away from being in a 3X. So, and I was in a 6X when I first started this journey about two and a half months ago.
Nice.
Amazing.
Right.
Congratulations.
Heck yeah. Hey, Bubba, why the sleeve and not the R and Y?
So it's a lack of education on my end. My doctor kind of said, I feel like the sleeve will work good with you because you don't have a problem. You have a problem with the amount of food. So I would just eat sometimes just for the heck of it. I would just go and make an extra plate or just get more. He was like, you have a problem with the amount of food that you eat. So he said, I think that if you get something that can restrict your how much you eat, which all of them do, but there are different pros and cons to each one. He said, I think you will be fine with this one. So I didn't go into it anymore after that. I just stuck with what he told me and said that you're the professional, so I'm gonna follow what you say.
Right. Tony, you had the sleeve too.
Yeah, I had the sleeve, but so the reason why I ended up getting the sleeve was they had concern about just because I was 425 pounds, but I'm 5'9", so I was short, I was very round, and they had concerns about getting to my stomach and having and I also have fatty liver disease. So they had concerns about whether or not they were going to have complications with that. So they decided that they were going to go with sleeve. They found it to be more of an invasive surgery
Right.
for me. So, I mean, obviously there were medical reasons why that were tied into it, why I ended up not getting bypass.
Right.
So, I mean, again, trusting what your doctor, because you're trusting the medical professional. And again, lack of education, some of it's hindsight. For most of us that come into this community after surgery or just before surgery when the decision's already been made, we don't realize it. Sometimes we definitely have our own choice. We can tell our doctors what we want.
Right.
So,
And that's what happened with me is I told they originally were trying to push VSG on me, and I did my research and did everything I wanted to do to where I got him to do the RNY because I knew that ultimately would be the best surgery for me.
Right. So it wasn't until after I got to the week of surgery, my pre-op died, and I was like, "Tell me about the SADie, and tell me about the duodenal switch." And they were like, "We don't do those here." So all doctors don't do it. And I went in Augusta, Georgia, and they consider Augusta like the medical capital of Georgia because they have the university right there. But they weren't even interested in talking about it. So it was RMY or sleeve. Those were the only two that I had the
Yeah.
option of. And they said they think I would be successful with it. And so far, I'm pretty successful with it. I have my days where I want to eat, and I have my days where I can't really eat much at all.
Right.
and that's normal. I mean, again, would you say 10 weeks?
Yeah, 10 weeks.
I mean, and that's typical. And again, 70 pounds, that's amazing. And so
That's crazy.
how can you can't really say that you had the wrong surgery because obviously it's all about using your tool and using it correctly and maximizing that time, especially that honeymoon period, to lose as much weight as possible. But during that time, it's building all of those great, all of those habits that you need to build.
Right.
So, I mean, staying on top of your journey and just making sure that you're proactive with it and doing all the things that are necessary to set you up after you go into maintenance. So again, no knock on any of the surgeries. Obviously, all four of us have all had something. Well, obviously we had VSG. These guys had separate something different, but
Oh, wow. Yeah.
tailored to what your doctor feels you need and what they actually perform, and it's really up to us to maximize what our journey looks like.
Yeah, and it's wild too because 10 weeks out, it's like, okay, well, I try to put myself back in where I was 10 weeks out, and I have to say we've gotten two different surgeries. I got the R and Y, but I was nowhere. I didn't get to the point like Team Biggie and Tony. They started working out pretty good, going after the gym a little bit, more so more than any of us. And it's like that's what I see you doing, Bubba. Is you're in the gym, you're working out, you're going hard. You got that full thrust. I got this vision, and I'm not going to stop. Nothing's going to get in my way. How are you preparing yourself for that moment or that time that could come up? That where you start to like slack off a little bit, you start being able to eat a little bit more, or you might miss the gym or not be able to get there when you can. How are you mentally preparing for that when that
I
comes
can,
up?
right. So I can never go back to being that. I mean, never
Yeah,
say never, but
yeah,
everybody in here knows what it is to be morbidly obese, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can go back
yep,
to that moment where you were like, Lord, if you please get me out of this, I promise you, I won't go back. And
mm,
to y'all success, y'all look great, right? But dog, I remember I was a professional, and I'm gonna say this again for those who listening. I was a professional patient. Bro, I
mm,
can pull up bills where I used to go. You know how, what do you do on Friday nights? Kids, well, down here, we go to football games on Friday nights. You go
yeah,
watch
yeah,
the kids play football. You chill with your honey, or, you just ride around town. I would go to the emergency room.
yeah,
My anxiety was
yeah,
so bad that, my weight, I was so swollen, I couldn't do anything but sit in the emergency room just to tell them nothing's wrong. You need to
yeah.
lose weight.
Them tell you exactly,
You need to lose weight.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's your weight, your weight, your weight. You get tired of it. You get tired
Yeah,
of it. And so one day I was just like, you know what? So I'm in law enforcement. So I had my uniform on one day and my feet were hurting me so bad that I went to the podiatrist because I went to every doctor besides the bariatric doctor, right?
mm,
So I'm
mm-hmm.
talking to the podiatrist and I said, what about, because I have flat feet and I do a lot of standing. I said, what about adding an arch to my foot, right? He said, at your weight, you won't be able to do it. He said, I'm scared that you'll have blood clots. And I'm saying,
Mm,
looking at him, I'm like, dude, I know you. Like, our kids were raised up together. He's like, I can't do it. He was like, because you won't be able to stand. You won't because of your weight. And, I have to make sure that I practice safe, I have a safe practice on you, So you have to think about it. When you go to doctors and every doctor's telling you the same thing. And then finally one day, I was sitting in the doctor's appointment because I switched doctors, and there's no disrespect to the doctor that I had, but I switched doctors. I switched to a male doctor. He's young. He kind of listens and understands more. And I talked to him. I said, listen, I can't do anything. I just feel like I'm drowning because my sleep quality was horrible. Like I was sleeping 2, 3 hours a night. And I would wake up like I'm drowning, right?
Mm-hmm.
mm, mm,
So, I finally told him, I said, listen, I need weight loss surgery. My mom had it some years ago, and I talked to her after I talked to my doctor and told her that I was considering having it. But back in 2017, 2018, I told her, I was like, why don't you just work out to lose it? Me being younger, not understanding, it don't work like that. Everybody's life isn't set up like that. Everybody's body isn't set up like that. I can work out till I'm blue in the face. I have hypothyroidism. Anybody who knows
mm-hmm.
what that means you can work out. I don't care if you got a body like Zeus. You ain't gonna lose the weight. And so everything is about, it's now with me, it's falling off like melted butter. But beforehand, I couldn't do anything to lose it.
Nothing.
So you have to change your mind. I had to change my mindset. I had to change everything, you know. Now, have I slipped up? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I slipped up a little bit. I slipped. I didn't. Now I haven't went and got a Big Mac. I haven't done any of that. But you know, if I see something I want to try, a piece of it ain't gonna hurt me. But I don't want to relapse and go eat a whole, you know, sandwich or a whole, you know, um, whatever it may be. But I don't. I try to stay 100% on the course because mentally I know where I was 3 months ago. Before I
Mm.
started my pre-op diet, I know where I was. I wasn't in a good place. So
Yeah, there's going to be times where you need to get that little bit of taste of something. But
yeah,
again, this is all up to your willpower.
yeah,
If
Yeah.
I am not condoning, again, we're not doctors, we're not therapists, we're not, medical professionals. For me, I had such a sweet tooth that I had to, at some point, just have a bite of something, but I had to hold myself to that one bite just to get that taste and then let the craving subside. And
yeah,
it would do me well. But again, if you don't have the willpower and you're triggered by this stuff, by
right,
all means, don't do it. I would say don't do it. You have to mentally be strong to be able to withhold that stuff because
right,
again, you also get in the habit, and this is what happened to me, and this is just my journey alone, where because I was like, oh, I can have a piece of this, and I would just have a piece of it. As my restriction lessened and lessened, and I got further and
Mm.
further out, it was like, oh, instead of that one piece, I'm going to have a half a bar. And then I'm going
right,
to, oh, now I'm having a full
right,
candy bar. It's very easy for something like that just to kind of slip up. And then all of a sudden, you're like, you don't realize you're having a piece of candy every single day.
right.
So you're just adding on little calories here and there. You don't realize that stuff adds up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man.
it's
So I'm
very easy. So to build that discipline,
yeah,
in those first 2 years, I would really like build it up. Again,
right,
like we're all human, and we're gonna have that time where we kind of, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a 10. I'm not saying restrict yourself because sometimes that just causes us to completely snowball. So
right,
Yeah.
give yourself
Well,
those.
well, it brings back that, yeah, water check, y'all. It brings back, hold on, water check. It does bring back that whole thing about like obesity and its addiction. It never ends. It never leaves. It's always there. And it's like we get so caught up when we first have the surgery, like we can't eat that much or barely eat anything at all, or we're sick of the things that we used to like. Like I was all over the no sugar pudding, the chocolate pudding, but it
Yeah, you
disgusts
will.
me, and then I was drinking the not the Fairlife, but I was drinking the Premier. I couldn't
yeah,
stand it. It made me sick. There were things that I did like, could eat or drink before I had the surgery that I just couldn't tolerate afterwards. And then now, being almost 2 years out, things are starting to taste good again. I could eat whatever I want. But luckily, with the RNY, with me, I either still have the restriction or it's all in my head. But I believe I still have the restriction.
Yeah.
What do you got to say about that? E? You still got you don't have the restriction too much. He's a different animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I've been different since day one. I was always able to eat more than a normal bariatric patient. I was able to, which is something I'm actually okay with, because one of the reasons one of the things I said after having surgery was I wanted to get back to having as normal life as possible. And my restriction being the way it is, I'm able to do that. So if I want to go out and have that cheeseburger, I can have that cheeseburger. If I want to have that sandwich, I can have that sandwich. Now it's to a point where I feel like I'm eating like a normal person because I'm also like Bubba too. As I was the type of guy who I'd go out and eat. 5 minutes later, I'd be eating again because I'm still hungry, or at least
yeah,
mentally I thought I was still hungry. So I would just consistently eating, and that was the problem. So now being able to just have one meal and be good, I'm happy. I'm content with what I'm doing now. So
Right.
So now that you're down 70 pounds, and you talk about some of the struggles that you were having when you were at your heaviest, What are the things that you're noticing that are different now? What are the things? What are your NSVs that stick out that really, like surprise you and you're like, I don't think you're able to do anymore?
I got a lot of my lady friends that's in here right now. Y'all, please. This is open. Can we talk in here?
Talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna give y'all my biggest one. Okay. My sex game, I am like an animal now. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like my sex game, I am like an animal. So I mean, that's my number one. Because at 511 pounds, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was horrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know
Yes,
it
we know
was.
what
You
you're
know what
saying.
I'm saying? So now it's totally different. Now it's like she's like, listen, stop. It's enough. You know what I'm saying? So my clothes fit better. My clothes fit better. Like, I was in a 50, I got married in December. And I had a custom tuxedo. I had everything was fully custom. I wore that same tuxedo 2 weeks ago. It's falling off of me. So my clothes fit a whole lot different. Um, I'm able to stand and move around more. Um, and I just look better. I don't look, I'm not all puffy. I'm still big. I'm still obese. I'm not skinny
But
yet. I haven't lost all the weight
it
yet, but
But
I
it
it's
look
it's
totally
noticeable.
not.
different.
Changes are noticeable.
Right.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not that uncomfortable swollenness that you always
No,
had.
no,
Yeah.
no, definitely not.
Yeah.
So, what made you come on TikTok and decide to share your story? Like, what are you looking out to get out of it? What was the purpose of doing this whole thing?
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I was on here just because I was scared, just like a lot of people are. And I was just looking like VSG surgery. I'm scared. I'm scared I'm not gonna wake up. And boom, here it is. Somebody's talking about it.
Yeah.
So I was scrolling, and she's in here right now, Zah. I
Yeah.
scrolled on her page, and we became a close knit family after that. Matter of fact, I think about everybody who I'm in the circle with. I think they're in here right now. So hey to y'all. Um,
Welcome, y'all. Welcome.
Amen.
I we talk, and I mean, like I said, we listen. We don't judge. We talk about. Um, they talked about everything. I told them I was nervous. I told them I was scared. Um, and there's my mom right there. My mom is Matilda. She had RNY as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
All
welcome.
right.
Welcome in,
So
Mom.
I mean, just looking at her page and then just going down the rabbit hole. That's where I really got. And one day I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna start talking about my journey, and I just started going.
And it's great that you're talking about your journey because, again, like for our platform, we focus on men being able to have their voice and share their journey. You're already well ahead of the game, sharing your journey and sharing every detail. Because I see a lot of your posts. You talk about like having to wear, the CPAP mask. You pose a lot of questions for people to actually
Yeah.
to make them think, which is great. Because
Yeah.
again, there's a lot of stuff, especially for new people coming in. And I remember coming across you on an open panel because I think that Corby was on there, Jason Smith, and Bariatric Bro were on there, and I just happened to pop in. I was at lunch at work, and I was listening to your story, and that's how we connected. And to see you from where you were at that point when you had all the questions in the world to already like talking about your journey and talking about your experiences, helping people new coming into the community. Because
Yeah,
Yeah,
again,
man.
it's easier to take advice, especially because you're living through it at the same time as people are going through
right,
it. So it's
right,
easier for people to relate because someone who's 2 years out, yeah, while we've already gone through it, we also present the way we present our information to people is we also talk to people saying, all right, we've already gone through this. This is what we're doing or what we've done. To go through and have someone that they can reach out to and form a circle, like you said,
yeah,
that is probably one of the most, like, the biggest reason why I was so successful in my first year is I had a circle. I had a
right,
group of people that I could sit there like you do now in a live, and everyone just had that talk.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And yeah, we definitely talk about like our conversations are organic. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about what's your favorite food. I know I ask Zah every day, what you eating today? You know what I'm saying? I ask everybody,
Mm.
turn your because when I do my lives, everybody got to have their camera on because I want to see what you eating. Because when I was post op, the first day post op, I don't know what the fetish was with watching people eat, but I watched mukbangs all day. So now
yep.
I'm asking people, what you eating? Like, show me, or what kind of snacks you got? Because at one point I couldn't eat anything. All I was doing was drinking broth, and I was about to pull my hair out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we talk about everything. I mean, we have a great time, but we also hold each other accountable too. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not gonna. I know there's some people who just came in, and we were telling them like, I understand your thought process, but this surgery is expensive. I think my surgery was $75,000.
Yeah.
Who want to pay $75,000, go through all of this stuff to reverse the results?
Yep.
To go back to being big. I don't know many people who want to do that. So we also let people live, but let them understand, like, listen, the tool isn't going to work if you're not working with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have to
Yeah.
understand
Exactly.
what you have. You had a big stomach, now you have a banana. It's not
Right.
large at all. You can't put much food in there. You can't even try to don't try to stretch it, because I overdid it one day and tried to eat fast, tried to eat something that I wasn't supposed to eat. Listen, I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now I don't think I eat enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I eat enough now. But you ain't got to worry about me eating too much because I know what it felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I dumped and foamed over and
yeah,
over and over and over
yeah,
again just because, and people say, because I was scared to eat stuff. I was scared to eat certain things because I was I was scared of stricture, and I was scared of, having what are those, ulcers and stuff like that. But I just jumped out there. They were like, "You got to try. You got to try. You just got to try because some people react to things differently. Our bodies, can tolerate things differently." So I jumped out there and I listened and I foamed and I dumped enough to know what I can and cannot eat, and it's sugar. I can't touch sugar. Anything with
mm,
too much sugar, forget about it. I'm done. Chicken, I can't do it. And I love fried chicken, man. I could eat wings like you can, Bubba, but I can't eat like chicken breast. I'm done. It
yeah,
kills the mood real quick,
yeah.
real quick.
I think I
So
spent at least 3 or 4 months trying to convince you to go to try a variety of things.
yeah, yeah. Hey, I really want to touch on because we spoke on a little bit, Bubba, when you and I spoke on the phone. We talked about addiction, man, and we know that substance abuse obviously is one of the highest addictions, one of the biggest issues that we have in America that's going on. But man, so many times, and I work with people in substance abuse, and it's easier said than done. I know it's completely different, but is it? Is it really that different? And I find real quick, Tony and E, we have talked about, the food and eating in moderation and thinking about trying to plan to watch out for the overeating, and it's really difficult, man. It's not easy. It's like okay, it's easier said than done just because we can't eat because of the surgery that we have that restriction. But when the restriction lets off a little bit, that addiction doesn't go anywhere, man. And food starts to taste the same as it did before. When I said I didn't like the chocolate pudding, I like the chocolate pudding now. When I go for the premier protein shakes, I go for the premier protein shakes because I can tolerate it and I can drink it now. Plus, it's cheap. you know? So it's like now everything's good. The restriction is still there, but I could still eat and drink anything I want. And you can feel that addiction, man, creeping back in. And it takes a lot of us backwards for sure. It's a hard fight. It
And
just
one
doesn't
of the
go
first
anywhere.
things
Yeah,
is that excuse. You make that excuse just to like, you
yeah,
know what? I'll just have this little bit. It's that excuse, and that's where early on talking about having that mental willpower to say no, and to say, you know what? If this is a trigger for me, this isn't a good idea.
right.
Because again, all of us are built differently. All of us have different makeup to things. Some of us are mentally stronger than others, and some of us are more inept to make an excuse to say, you know what, it's just this one time, and then it becomes, once a week, and then it becomes every other day, and then all of a sudden it becomes every day, and all of a sudden you find yourself going down that same rabbit hole that you were in, where
Yeah,
oh, now I'm making up the excuse where I stopped at McDonald's and now I'm sitting in my car eating this by myself.
yeah,
And you recognize it, or at least I would hope you would recognize it, because it's one of those things where it's just like, this is what I used to do. And you catch yourself in the moment and you're like,
yeah,
oh, you know what? This wasn't a good idea. And it's all
yeah,
a matter of how you handle it after that.
yeah. So looking at who we are, we food addicts.
Mm.
A lot of people will sit here. I see it every day. A lot of people talk about drug addicts. Man, you need to get off drugs. It's going to kill you. No, we need to get off food because it's going to kill us. You get what I'm saying? So, when you look at, I'm going to use this analogy. We have an epidemic going on right now with methamphetamine, and we have uh, fentanyl crisis. This stuff is wiping people out, right? But when you put somebody in detox from fentanyl, from meth, from coke, from whatever, what's the first thing they do when you look at them? They're shaking.
Mm-hmm.
They're shaking very bad. They're shaking, tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they give them to stop it from shaking? No, they don't. No, they give them sugar.
I didn't even think about that
They
because
give
it's
them
true.
sugar.
Yeah, the people in detox where we're at, they give them
Yeah,
Gatorade. Yeah.
yeah, they give them sugar. They have sugar pills. They come in a regular bottle just like this. They're sugar pills.
Oh, we have a methadone clinic. We give them meth.
Yeah, I mean, bro, sometimes they think they're getting that when they're not. They're
Mm.
not. You know what I'm saying? You can give them something and they think that they're getting is sugar. You
It's the
know,
placebo
and
effect.
yeah. So look at us with food. I ate myself almost to sleep to the point to where I couldn't sleep.
Right.
You know, I
Mm-hmm.
ate myself. I ate myself to where I couldn't sleep. So now I'm changing. With me losing 70 pounds, I don't want to go back to that.
Nah.
You know, I look at how I motivate people. How I motivate, it's people at my job, they're like, how do you eat this little amount of food and you're able to survive? Your body don't need much.
They don't. They
Your
don't.
body
It's
does
funny
not
because
need much.
they don't. Because I mean, it's funny how I talk to people and I tell them because it takes a while as we ease back into our regular diet. What that looks like, and honestly, man, I mean, it was 60 to 80 ounces of water and applesauce for me, and that's all
Yeah.
my body needed. Make sure you get your protein in, drink your fluids, and what little bit I could eat, that was it. What about you, E?
Again, I was always a little bit different. I always,
Even like right after surgery, though.
even right after surgery, I was able to, believe it or not, I was able to take down a protein shake, no problem. Like I said, I've
Yeah,
always, I used to joke with my parents because I stayed with my parents for the first month after surgery,
yeah,
saying, "Did they actually do the surgery?" Because everything people were telling me what was going to happen after surgery wasn't really lining up. So I was like, it was always able to do more. Like now, I did hold myself back just because of that fear, but I was always able to drink all my proteins. I was always able to get all my water in, no problems.
Yeah,
Right.
same with me. I didn't have those issues that a lot of people experience after the only thing I ever did was I popped that one stitch and it leaked, and I had to take an extra medication and some salve just to like make sure it didn't get infected. Otherwise, I had no issues, no restrictions.
Yeah.
I was able to get my 64 ounces in pretty much within that first week, and I tolerated pretty much everything that I was able to eat or drink.
Yeah, the only problem I have still to this day is when I try to eat too quickly. That's the only thing that will really mess me up.
As everybody, ain't it? I think we all eat quick, don't we?
My very
Yeah.
first meal, so the first time I went to soft foods, I ate too quickly, and I paid for it right there and then.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a confession to make, y'all.
What'd you do?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Every morning on my way to work, I have a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle.
Yeah.
It hits the spot too every morning. Hey, on that topic, let's just jump right on into the next one. This guy's a chef.
Ooh.
You know he's a chef. Bubba's a chef over
I knew he
here.
was a chef. This man like
Yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how that works with your surgery. Like, are you like doing things that accommodate your eating habits, or are you preparing foods for like events? I mean, how does that work? How does that work into your program, man? Is it hard? How's that go?
Right now, it hasn't been hard because I do a lot of grilling. I mean, I can if you
Okay.
check out my other my other page, then you'll see like I can cook anything. But my season is about to start right now. It's grilling season,
Yeah.
so I do a
Third.
lot of grilling. So I haven't. I was actually gonna fire my grill up this weekend. So yes, I cater like barbecue gatherings and big events like that. But it's always when you're the grill man, you gotta taste your food, right?
Got
Mm-hmm.
to. Got
So
to.
Eat as you
I
go.
guess now I just won't be able to eat a whole piece of chicken because I
That's
went
it.
to a barbecue a couple of weeks ago and I was only able to eat like I was walking around with a chicken bone for a while.
Gnawing on it.
Yeah. He's like, yo, that ain't even funny.
So
And everybody was
what's
looking
been
at me
one of your
like, why
what's
are
been
you? Because people didn't know. Because, I wasn't just telling everybody that I had surgery, but people didn't know, like, he had weight loss surgery. He had bariatric surgery. And when I told them, they were like, bro, stop lying. I would lift my shirt up and show them where the incisions were. Then I would pull my phone out and show them, thank you for the gifts, bro. I would show them where they cut my stomach and my gallbladder out. So,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a journey. It's definitely gonna be a journey, but I mean, I'm gonna stay the course though.
Yeah.
Am I making bariatric friendly foods? Yes. I made spaghetti and fried fish last week. No, a few weeks ago. Spaghetti and fried fish with miracle noodles, almond flour for the fish.
Nice.
It was amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you. We've made
Right.
waffles with almond flour. It's an acquired taste,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's my new normal,
Yeah.
So you can't eat how we used to eat. And then with those miracle noodles, I didn't know how much fiber was in it. I lost 10 pounds that week. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Is there a lot of fiber in these miracle noodles?
Try them.
I gotta look at the what are these
Try
miracle
them. I
noodles?
lost 10 pounds that week and I only had 2 plates of that spaghetti.
I gotta look up what these miracle noodles are.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the first time I ever heard of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So they're
that's
clear
like
though. They're not, they don't look like, they look like noodles, but they're clear. Like they're clear, clear.
What are they? Is it almost like a rice paper type of thing? Rice noodle?
No, it's actually a mushroom.
Okay.
So you're not
what?
supposed to eat a lot of it. Yeah. You're not supposed to eat a lot of it, but when I say it is packed with fiber,
Oh
it
yeah,
is
here it goes.
packed with fiber.
Nurse Jose and Jamie. Konjac? Is that what it is? Konjac.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's because bariatric. Are you following bariatric? Free
Oh
715
yeah,
bariatric.
Jamie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie's a chef too.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
my
sure
guy,
he probably
Jamie.
knows. Yeah, yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of chefs in this community, and a lot of them have like made those adjustments to
I
eat
never had them.
recipes.
Yeah, I never
I'm a
had
big
those
cook.
noodles.
I cook all the time, so I mean that's one of the things that I've always told Rab. Rab and I have always gone back and forth. Rab's not someone who loves to cook. I've always been someone who loves to cook, so I'm always cooking. I always have leftovers, and I'm always like that's how I meal prep, because everything's always a leftover from dinner. Um, I very rarely eat out or eat food at work anymore if I haven't prepared it myself.
right.
Bubba, do you meal prep?
So yes, we eat. Uh, so I don't do it for the week. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Right.
Either.
because as all of you all know, we had bariatric surgery. It's great today. It's horrible tomorrow. So um, I like what I like though. So I like cabbage, sausage, and shrimp. We had that yesterday. I couldn't eat it today. So
Cabbage,
I try
sausage,
to
and
take
shrimp.
some. Yeah, try it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's
Mm,
great.
it sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah, it's great. But um, we try to daily, but some days it's just like, you know what? I don't want that. Or,
Yeah.
I'll find something like today I had chicken salad for lunch. They had I don't know if y'all have it, but we have a place that's all they make is chicken salad. So I tried a dill pickle chicken salad, and I tried I think it's called a Dixie chick with onions in it.
Yeah.
The
Hmm.
dill pickle was trash, but the other one was good. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what kind of onion is it? Red onion? Is it Videla?
No,
Is
it's
it?
Vidalia onions. So
Yeah.
Vidalia is right next to me. The sweet onions.
Yeah.
So Vidalia is 2 counties over. So yeah, they're yeah, it was Vidalia onions.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man. Hey, when do you usually go live? Do you like have a podcast? How can people come out and
Right.
hang out with Bariatric Bubba?
All right. So every Friday we got the bariatric lock-in every Friday night at around 8:30. Also, um, I do have a podcast called Bariatric Paths. So if some people probably have received a DM from me. Um, we do. It is a bariatric safe place. We're streaming on all platforms right now. We're rebuilding, but we do the podcast. We're going to start back up our first season and on the 17th of this month. So definitely be on the lookout for. Yeah, I know who this is, Mila. Um, but I definitely want everybody to check out Bariatric Paths as well, if you can.
Bariatric Paths.
Yes, sir.
I've been
Uh,
following Bariatric Paths for a while.
yeah, so
Popped
definitely
up out of
check it
nowhere.
out. Definitely check it out.
Is that
And
on
the lock
IG?
in.
That where do I
So
find
it's
Bariatric
on
Paths?
Tik. We're on TikTok.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're on TikTok.
Yeah, we're on
All right.
TikTok as well. Hey,
Who,
Alex, how
who,
you
who are
doing?
you doing that podcast with?
Her name is Jatoya. Jatoya, she's the founder. I'm the vice president. We have Cindy. We have Titan, and we have
Titan.
Barry, mom of seven. All of
Yeah.
us work
Titan who?
together.
VSG
Titan who?
Kevin.
VSG Titan.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah,
Kevin?
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin?
Yeah.
Man, we gotta get Kevin going on too, man. I love Kevin, man.
Yeah. So we all
You know
work
what?
together.
Cause y'all live out there, right? Don't
Yeah.
Kevin live out
Correct.
there around you?
Yeah.
All right, man. This is family. We're family. This is
Yeah.
family. This is
Waterfront.
this community. This is this
Yeah.
community. And it's crazy because I haven't talked to Kevin in a while, man. He
Right.
came out with that cookbook. That cookbook is
Yeah.
nice, man, that he came out with.
Yeah. So I
Hell
want
yeah.
y'all to be on the lookout too, because I got one of those. I don't really try to put it out there like that, but since y'all are blessing me to be on y'all platform tonight. I do have a major cookbook about to come out, so
You know
it's
what? Plug
definitely
it.
gonna be.
Nice. Plug
This
it.
is your forum. Plug it.
Yep.
Plug it all you want.
Plug it out.
What do you have going on?
Yeah, so I'm definitely working on some recipes. Like, we did the fried fish and the spaghetti a couple of weeks ago. Um, I did the bariatric pizza, but I got some other stuff in the works right now, like, the bariatric cheesecake, bariatric banana pudding. I'm working on all that stuff. So I'll definitely be coming back to y'all, letting you know what's going on. I
Please
may,
do, because
is it
we could hang
primarily
out. Go ahead.
is it primarily going to be a bariatric cookbook, or do you have other cookbooks out there for?
so I'm working on both right now. So I have a bariatric cookbook only because I can't eat regular food no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Right.
I'm working on food that I can eat the rest of my life, you know? Um, but the regular cookbook is for people who like their backs big, and I'm not gonna lie to you,
Right. Right.
because I do cook to make money, and some people just like their back being big, and they're gonna go work out in the summertime. Okay, so
Yeah.
I have a cookbook for that as well. But the bariatric cookbook is going to benefit a lot of people because I'm looking at one thing I've learned from Jamie is looking at the small ingredients that are in the food,
Yeah.
and it's not going to have all those micro ingredients, and it's just normal whole food.
Right.
And I've
Right.
noticed that if I moved away, and Rab, you can actually back me on this one. There was a good period of time where I spoke only about having whole foods and not going into processed foods. And I feel like my journey took a turn because of
Mm.
convenience.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to a lot of the protein based, like processed, like snacks and stuff. So, for me, and this is where my content may change too, is Rab and Biggie. I already told you guys, and I put some stuff in the post that I got diagnosed with diverticulosis last week, and now my diet has to change because I can't eat a lot of the processed stuff. I can't eat a ton of red meat. I can't. Things are going to change because now I have to concentrate on fiber as well as my protein content. So now I'm going to be working on making new recipes for people with diverticulosis, and
Yeah.
I've got to make this work with not only getting my protein in, but also making sure that I'm getting all my fiber in. And if I do have flare-ups, going on to a low-fiber diet, and a lot of it ends up being on a liquid diet at certain points, depending on how bad the flare-up is. So stay tuned for that because I think I'm going to start making some cooking videos and documenting this part of my journey too. So
Yeah, if you need
Nice.
help with anything, let me know, bro. I'm willing to help you.
I will definitely reach out because
Yeah.
a lot of the chefs in this community, again, you guys are the experts, and I will look for guidance with you guys. I do a lot of cooking. I love to cook. I've always loved to cook. I'll share some of my barbecue stuff because I used to own 2 different smokers. I used to have
Yeah.
2 smokers going for barbecues at the same time.
Yeah.
I was one of those.
Nurse Jose said, fiber is my newest hyperfixation. I'm at 38 grams today. You know what? And it just brings me to the next thing I was thinking about real quick before we get off of here is fiber, man. It's so important on this journey.
But
I've been constipated so many damn times, man. It's not even funny.
if you're having a lot of fiber, you got to drink a lot of water, or you're going to end
Yeah.
up constipated. That's
Even with
something that I have learned.
Even with a lot of fiber, you still end up constipated. I thought fiber was. I guess it
You drink a
depends
lot of
on
water.
non-soluble and soluble fibers. I guess there's a difference there.
Soluble and non-soluble. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well, shit. Hey, Bubba, man, it was awesome having you on, man, and meeting you.
Man, I
want to do
appreciate
this
y'all.
again.
Man, let's do it again. I got to get
Oh,
y'all
We
on
want
the
to.
podcast as well, man. I appreciate y'all for having me. Everybody who
Yeah.
came out and supported, I appreciate y'all too.
Yeah, I
We would
mean,
love we would
it's
love to
been
jump on your podcast too, man.
Yeah, that we can make it happen. We're gonna make it happen.
it's been a little crazy lately, only because again we had JBY going, and this is probably the first live where we've had a dedicated dedicated guest, and probably
Yeah,
A month.
over a month. So
yeah.
it was good to kind of get back to the norm. We're glad that you were able to join us tonight. Before you hop off, what would be your advice for anyone coming into the community that are looking to have bariatric surgery or have had bariatric surgery?
You gotta stay the course. You have to stay the course. It's going to present challenges. It's going to present hurdles. It's going to present hardships. Right now, I did not feel like getting on this call tonight. I was excited the whole week. My stomach is killing me right now. My wife had to
Oh
go to the
man.
store and get me a laxative. I mean, I was literally in tears right before the show. Stay the
Oh
course. I
man.
mean, it's going to be hard. I mean, I have people who intentionally eat pizza and fries and all kind of stuff in my face, and I look at them and smile, and I'm like, food does not excite me how it used to. It doesn't give me that dopamine like it used to. So
No.
trust the process, stay the course, and as I always say, reach out to your community. If you don't have a community, follow me.
Bam. That's it. Shut it down. Shut it down. Hey y'all, thanks for the 21,000.8 likes, man, showing Bubba this love tonight. Hey Bubba, can you give us another share those lives or those podcasts where people can find you again,
Yeah, for
please?
sure. So the bariatric, you have to follow me for the bariatric lock-in on Friday nights at 8. Bariatric Paths. Just follow
Bariatric
Bariatric
Paths.
Paths, Paths. Also, we have Love After Bariatrics on Saturdays. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to all three of those. Whoa, hey brother.
Is
Oh,
that
Hey
is that
brother.
oh,
Hey brother.
oh,
What's up?
hold,
is that 8 o'clock
hold on.
Eastern?
8 o'clock Eastern time.
Love
What you mean,
after bariatrics.
love after bariatrics? What's that all about?
I've seen that
So
from the FYP.
you're
I
gonna have to.
didn't.
So that's not my actual page, but I definitely support her.
Uh,
Mila and Za, I definitely support them. So that's what they have going on right now, and I'm a number one supporter.
uh-huh.
They're in the chat right now, and basically it's talking about your love life after. So it's dating. Let's
It's
date
real,
after
man.
bariatric surgery because
That's freaking awesome.
yeah.
Hey,
So
y'all share that with us so we
yeah.
can share
What
your
time?
what you got going on.
So it's Saturdays at 8. So we got the lock in
Saturdays
on
at 8.
Fridays, Saturdays, Love After Bariatrics, and every day for the Bariatrics podcast.
We're gonna add that to our shout out list at the
Love
beginning and end of our shows.
after bariatrics. That is awesome, man. Because you know what? It's hard. Like I know we got like 3 minutes left or whatever, but love after bariatrics is no joke, man. That's so important to have in the community. Yet this is another thing that the community has come together again that I don't believe
Yeah,
anyone else is doing. Love after
right,
bariatrics, super important.
for
Absolutely,
sure.
absolutely. That's great.
And that's
That's
what I love
great.
about this community is
Mhm.
there is something out there for everyone because we all deal with something differently. So I appreciate the people who think outside of the box and say, hey, you know what? There is something that I'm not seeing and that we need, and that's how BME came about.
Mm.
You know, if you see something that you are lacking information on or you are looking for in this community, talk about it. Share
I
that.
know that's right.
Those are the things that people don't think of, and you wouldn't think that other people are looking for. And these are important things that we want to talk about.
Right.
That's right. That's right. And again, it piggybacks on our sister chat with Talk Bari to Me. To bring it home every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Bariatric Bubba, man, welcome to the family, bro. We're
Yes,
here to
sir. I
support you
appreciate it,
any
man.
way we possibly can. I know you got us right back because all your content is just that. It's supporting the community, and we appreciate you, man, and hope to have you back again for sure.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Tony, send me some chews too.
Yeah. Hey, E, you got a takeaway, E?
Takeaway for today, pretty much. Like you
Yeah,
said, trust the process. There is going to be days where it's challenging, but remember why you did this, how you did this for, and who you did this for, and find your community and find your family and friends.
that's it. And like Bariatric Bubba said, if you don't have community, hit us up.
Follow us.
Yeah,
Community. It's all about community. It's all about finding your tribe, your circle, your support group.
Hey, if anyone in the comments knows of any men, Bariatric Bubba, you know where to point them to, man. We're right here.
for sure.
So
And I'll be
we
back
got
next
that.
week, man.
There we
Yeah,
go.
we got the space. We got the space for the men to hang out, share their stories. Doesn't matter how many followers you have. You're a part of the family, the brotherhood that we got going on here. And as always, the woman in the comments that help us out and continuously make BME possible. We appreciate each and every one of you. We love y'all for y'all support here in this community, for helping us find our space, our place in this community. And again, we appreciate all the women as well. We'll catch you all next Taco Tuesday. Don't forget your vitamins, ProCare, and check check the link in the bio if you want 20% off. Ladies,
15.
BME. All right, 15. Hit us up. Hey, Bariatric Bubba, don't be a stranger, man. You got our number, man. We love you, man. Take care of
Man, love,
yourself.
bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right, y'all. See y'all next Taco Tuesday. Peace.
All right.
We'll catch y'all out. Oh, hold on. Hold on a second. And this was my bariatric experience.
Oh!
Still got
Shut
it.
up, Tony. Leave me alone. All right, bye.
Have a good night, guys.